Yeah, it goes everybody, because they will continue on with a game called Never 7, The End of Infinity. Where were we? Come on. There you are. Everything's calm must be full around and poke fun at each other. Nah, calling it calm is too much of a stretch, as there's still a noisy clamor about. Particularly from Yuka. Nah, beer goes well with barbecue, doesn't it? Right. Sure, one short R must be more than enough to get plastered. Kurumi, you want a drink? As she says this, she takes Kurumi's paper cup filled with oranges and tries to pour in beer. She's 17. I'm pretty sure the drinking age is 21. Hey, don't encourage minors. Sheesh, you're so stiff. You haven't had enough to drink yet, have you, Mako? This time she thrusts the beer can towards me. Geez, Yuka should be banned from alcohol. I should have kept a close eye on her. I release a weary sigh. If you're like that, you're gonna wither away soon. You'll be like a shiitake. Aren't shiitakes nice, Yuka? Thanks to Hakuiko's laugh, I'm kind of pissed off. In an attempt to sway off my irritation, I reach my chopsticks out for a grilled piece of beef. But just as I'm on the verge of grabbing it, my hand slips accidentally and the chopsticks fall on top of the iron plate. Jeez, Oni-chan, you sure you're not drunk? Drunk? That's certainly possible. Doing things such as knocking over cups and dropping my chopsticks are signs that I could be drunk. I need to show a little more self-control. While I'm thinking this, I seem to have lost my mind as I suddenly try to grab my chopsticks off the iron plate with my bare hands. Dude, why? Hot. I finally jerk my hand away. Yeah, geez, you're so helpless. Kurumi will get them for you. Kurumi picks up my chopsticks using her own. Just then. Suddenly, Yuka tries to bend herself forward and points at my lightly burnt hand. She points at me using her middle and index fingers. I have just come up with something amazing. What do you call a burned Ishihara? What? It's a joke. What do you call a burnt Ishihara? An Ishitakehara. That's pretty weak. Yuka, sorry, but it's not really that funny. You're kidding, even though I thought it was rather clever. Boo. She's booing again. Well, for the time being, I'm relieved. If Yuka and Kurumi were in perfect sync, then I fear for the future of this planet. But how's this? Yuka's eyes sparkle. And at that time, this time, Saki's the one who commits a blunder. The instant she tries to transfer the paper cup in her right hand to her left hand, her hand slips. Her beer splashes all over Yuka, who was standing right next to her. From her chest to her lower sections, almost her entire body has been soaked by a large amount of beer. Hey, Saki. Sorry. Everyone becomes completely silent. But I guess you could say she's soaking up the beer, right? That's not much of a difference. Okay, Yuka makes an unnecessary joke. Masaki hears that. She laughs. She giggles.
もう笑い事じゃないよ。
Geez, this is no laughing matter.
本当にごめん。
Really, I'm sorry.
だって奥彦くんが変なこと言うから。
It's just what Okuiko Hihi said was kinda true. The instant she senses something comes flying from a different direction. It's an orange-colored liquid, juice. That orange juice flies straight as if it were a living being, landing a direct hit on Saki. Beyond Simon says to look in the direction of where the juice was thrown. Standing there is Haruka holding an empty paper cup. Oh boy. Saki seems bewildered, as if she doesn't fully understand what just happened.
悪いと思ってないみたいだったから。
You don't seem to feel bad about what you did.
同じことしてあげないとわからないんじゃないかと思ったから。
I didn't think you'd understand unless the same thing was done to you.
何すんのよ。
What the hell's your problem?
悪いと思ってたわよ。だから何度も謝ったじゃない。
I did feel bad, that's why I apologized countless times.
謝ってない。2回しか。
Only apologizing twice is hardly what you call countless.
2回も謝れば十分でしょ。こんなみっともない酔っ払いに。
Twice is enough for the shameful drunkard, right?
みっともない酔っ払い。
Shameful drunkard?
酔っ払いはそっちでしょ。そうじゃなきゃビールなんかこぼしたりするわけないんだから。
Aren't you the drunkard here? If you weren't, then there's no way you would have spilled beer over me.
それともわざとやったっていうの？
Or are you saying you did it on purpose?
わざとそんなことする人がどこにいるのよ。
What kind of person would do that on purpose?
そうよ。人間だったらそんなこと故意にやったりしないのよ。
That's right, if you're a human, then you'd never do something like that on purpose.
クローンって人種はどうやら違うみたいだけどね。
But somehow it seems like clones are different in that regard, aren't they? Just then.
いい加減にしなさい。
Enough! Finally, Izumi raises her voice, unable to watch any longer. That same gentle Izumi. Her roar immediately shuts us up.
もうみんな大人なんだから、そんなくだらないことで喧嘩しないの。
You're all adults here, so don't fight over such a trivial thing. The three of them are overwhelmed, but he can't face Izumi's deathly glare, staying firmly silent while staring at the ground. This is really awkward. Even though I'm a third party, I really want to run away. Now I might want to run away exactly because I'm a third party. It couldn't possibly get any worse. Saki breaks his silence and mutters something.
とにかく、
Anyway,
私はもう帰るから。
I'm going home now. Saki picks up her bag, which she places at her feet. She accidentally drops something. I look on top of the sand, the bell. Sprawled on the beach is the beef bag, the bag full of beef that we all paid Izumi to buy. Why does Saki...
そんなの盗んでどうするつもり？
What are you planning to do by stealing that? Haruka asks her this unfalteringly.
盗んだんじゃないわよ。
I'm not stealing.
じゃあ、もらったんだ。
Then you're taking it?
うるさいわね。どうだっていいでしょ、そんなこと。
Shut up, it's not worth worrying over, is it?
よくないよ。
You can't do that.
みんなでお金出して買ったんだから。
Because everyone chipped in to buy this.
もううるさいのよ、あんたいちいち。
Gee, shut your damn mouth, you bitch.
だったら警察にでも何でも通報すれば？
Then why don't you report me to the police?
私は逃げも隠れもしない。あの別荘にずっといるから。
I won't run or hide because I'll always be in that summer house. Saki turns around as she's blocking something and runs towards the hill road while kicking up sand. She still got the beef bag. The beef left on the sandy beach looks artificial, like waxwork. The fire under the iron plate seems like it could go out at any time now. 1 minute, 2 minutes, and even 10 minutes pass without a single person opening their mouths. Why did things turn out this way? Just a few mere minutes ago, the air was covered with the sound of our happy laughter. In the end, it seems like the tension between Saki and Haruka really still was weighing heavily in their minds. I need to do something, but what can I even do? As I think this, my gaze suddenly shifts towards the shadow of a distant rock. Over there, alone and filled with sadness, is Kurumi. Right now, she's curled up, her small back while her shoulders shake as she cries. She lets out a sob that has been welling up inside of her. Sob, sob, sob. I understand Kurumi's torment so well that it almost hurts. Kurumi is the kind of kid who can't bear such an ugly argument like that. I think of running up to her and comforting her, but I can't think of any ways I should use to do so. Right now I have no choice but to stay silent. The sound of the waves incessantly breaking on the shore is the sound of the sea's lamentations. Everyone quietly cleans up and carries the tools back to Luna Beach. The four of us split up with Izumi and Kurumi at Luna Beach and decide to return to the lodge. On the way back, Yuka suddenly whispers into my ear,
ねえね
Hey, hey,
え、ちょっと話があるんだけど。
I want to talk to you for a bit. Sure.
二人っきりの方がいいかな。
It'd be better if we were alone.
ごめん。クイコくん、はるかちゃん、先戻ってて。
Sorry, Okiko Haruka, could you go on ahead? It seems as if Okiko has presumed something after watching us talk as he quickly obliges and escorts Haruka away.
なんか嫌な雰囲気になっちゃったね。
It got pretty bad back there, didn't it? You're right.
私が酔っ払いすぎたのがいけなかったかな。
I wonder if I shouldn't have gotten so drunk. You probably would have. Anyway, since that's normal for you. By the way, what did you want to talk about?
実は夜桜なんかを見に行こうかなって思ったりなんかして。
Right, the truth is I was thinking of going to go see the cherry blossoms. Did I just say you went this morning?
それは一人で行ってもつまらないし。
But it's boring to go by yourself.
できれば誠に来てほしかったかなと思って行ってみたの。
So I thought I'd ask you and see if you wanted to come along. What? So in the end you never went?
うん。
Right. Well, it's still pretty gloomy here, so a change of scenery would be nice.
本当？じゃあ行こう。
Really? Then let's go. In an instant, her blissful smile somehow melts away all of my irritation. At the same time, we've arrived here, in other words, at the row of cherry blossom trees. Countless petals flutter down and scatter. The gentle breeze blowing through the tree-lined street has finally dyed pink. As if trying to ascertain something, Yuka slowly takes 2 steps and stands on a pile of petals. She remains silent and it's as if she's completely forgotten my existence, even though I'm standing next to her. Just what is Yuka looking at in the blizzard of cherry blossoms that have completely engulfed her? Somehow I feel it would be inappropriate for me to call out to her right here, right now, so I remain silent and walk up next to her. I cough because of the rich fragrance of the cherry blossoms wafting around me.
ねえ、誠。
While gazing at the petals flowing in the wind, Yuka suddenly asked me a question.
誠の初恋っていつだった？
When was your first love? Dude, that's personal. My first love, does it count if I was in middle school? Or does it count when I was in high school? Sure, let's go for high school. It was in high school. I was kind of a late bloomer, huh? I say this with an embarrassed grin. But it can't be helped, it's the truth. It wasn't until then that I began to discover what having feelings for someone really meant. I suppose I had cases of puppy love once or twice before, but that was it.
そっか。
I see. What about you, Yuka? When was your first love?
私は
Mine.
中学の頃だった。
Mine was in middle school.
誠よりかはちょっとだけ早いけど、でも周りのみんなに比べればはるかに遅い方だったと思う。
It was just a little earlier than you, but I think compared to the others around me, it was much later.
その恋はね、中3の春に始まったの。
It started in the spring when I was in 9th grade.
4月の始業式の日に。
It was the day of the opening ceremony in April, but the new semester started. Yuka takes a deep breath and lets out a long sigh. Before long, she begins to talk about that incident in spring.
どこでも同じだと思うけど、その日は学校中が新しい始まりの予感に浮かれきった一日だったの。
I think it was the same everywhere, but the entire school was in a complete blissful state all day in anticipation of a new beginning.
クラス替えがあって、新しい担任が発表されて、
My class changed with a new homeroom teacher going around.
ブカブカの真新しい制服を着た新入生たちが校内をキョロキョロと眺めたりしてね。
The freshmen wearing their brand new baggy uniforms were looking around the school restlessly.
学校が午前中に終わっても、みんなは帰ることすら思いつかないみたいだった。
Even when morning classes ended, it was like no one even thought about going home.
他のクラスに散った仲良しの子を探して校舎中をさまよったり、今まで話したこともなかった気になる子に思い切って声をかけてみたりして。
They would wander around the school looking for their friends who had been assigned to other classes and cheerfully try to get the shy and quiet kids to socialize.
ね、わかるでしょ？そんな始業式の一日。
You know what I mean, right? The day of the opening ceremony, that is. Yeah.
だけどね、私はなんだかそういうみんなの雰囲気にちょっと乗り切れなかったの。
But you know what? For some reason, I just couldn't get into the same mood everyone else was in. Was something on your mind?
うん、そういうんじゃないんだよ。
No, that wasn't it.
ただ、なんて言えばいいのかな。みんなが一斉にはしゃいでたりすると、一人だけわけもなく冷静になっちゃったりすることってあるじゃない？
It was just, how do I put it? While everyone else were all in high spirits, I was melancholic for no real reason, I guess.
そういうことだと思う。
That's what I thought.
でも単純に最終学年に上がったってことが憂鬱だっただけかもしれないけどね。
But it might have been because I was a little depressed about entering my final year of middle school. I see.
そんな感じだったから、私は学活が終わったらすぐにみんなに別れを告げて、いつもの場所に向かったの。
Because I felt that way, when homeroom activities ended, I immediately said goodbye to everyone and headed for the usual place. The usual place?
美術室のこと。別に美術部に所属してたとかそういうわけじゃないんだけど。
It's not like I was a member of the art club or anything like that.
とにかく好きだったんだよ、あの場所が。
But anyway, I love that place.
あの場所に行って絵を描くことが。
I would go to that place and draw pictures. Draw?
うん。いつからかは忘れたけど、気が向くと私は美術室に行って絵を描くようになってた。
Yeah, I forgot exactly when, but when I felt like it, I went to the art room and started drawing pictures.
中学に入るまでは絵なんて描いたことなかったんだけど、そうやって美術室に行くようになってから、なぜだか無性に描きたくなって。
Up until I entered middle school, I'd never drawn before, but when I started going to the art room like that, for some reason I got this desire to draw a lot of pictures.
いつでもどんな時でもあそこだけは真夜中みたいにひっそりとしてた。
No matter what time it was always so silent and still in there.
そういう誰もいない静かな場所で絵を描いていると、なんだかすごく落ち着いたの。
Sketching pictures in that silent and empty place soothed me for some reason.
普段あまりにも落ち着きがなかったからかな。
Usually, I'm almost never that calm, do I?
だからそんな風に静かに絵を描くことで、私は私の心をリセットしてたのかもしれない。
But quietly drawing pictures like that might have been me resetting my heart. Resetting, huh? The image of an empty art room save for Yuka drawing pictures in a corner. I can't imagine that very well. It doesn't seem like something she would do naturally.
でね、その日も私は美術室に行ってスケッチブックにデッサンをしてたの。
And so I went to the art room on that day as well and drew a rough sketch in my sketchbook. What did you draw? Yuka hesitates for a moment before continuing.
鳩時計の絵。
Picture of a cuckoo clock.
確か前にも話したよね。私が最後に鳩時計を見たのは中学の頃で。
I'm sure I told you earlier, didn't I, that the last time I saw a cuckoo clock was in middle school. And that cuckoo clock had two doves that you thought were a male and female pair.
そう。その鳩時計は美術室の黒板の上にかかってたんだよ。
That's right, that cuckoo clock was fixed above the blackboard in the art room.
2羽の鳩は1時間ごとに交互に出てきて時を告げるの。
Every hour, the two doves would alternate in coming out to announce the time.
1時には右の鳩が一度鳴いて、2時には左の鳩だけが2度鳴いて、
At 1, the right dove would chirp once. At 2, only the left bird would chirp twice.
12時にだけ2羽の鳩は同時に出てきて一緒に鳴くことができるの。
But at only 12 were both doves able to come out simultaneously and chirp together. That actually looks cool.
だけどそれってちょっとかわいそすぎると思わない？
But don't you think that's a little too sad?
1日に2回だけ。合わせても24秒しか出会うことができないなんて。
It's only twice a day, and even when they come together, they can only meet for 24 seconds. I nod, beckoning her to continue.
だからね、せめて絵の中だけでもそのつがいの願いを叶えてあげようってそう思ったんだ。
So you know what? I thought that even though it would be just in a picture, I could at least try to grant their wish.
右の鳩が片方の翼を思いっきり伸ばして時計の針を止めてる絵。針はちょうど12時を指したままで。
It was a picture with a dove on the right, stopping the clock's hand by stretching out one of its wings with all of its might. The hands were pointing exactly at 12.
左の鳩は右の鳩に寄り添うようにしてうっとりとまぶたを閉じてるの。
The dove on the left tried to nestle close to the dove on the right, its heavy eyelids closed.
そんな感じの漫画っぽいイラストを夢中になって描いてたんだよ。あの美術室でね。
It was like a fantasy-esque illustration straight out of a manga, all from that art room. Try to picture that drawing in my head as she describes it. The right dove stopping time and the left dove nestling close to it. It doesn't sound right to me. Maybe because it's a little narrow-minded. I wouldn't be able to look at it without feeling a hot, heat-pounding restlessness. All I'm getting is an uneasy impression. That clock hand pinned down by the bird's wing sounds like it'll slip free at any moment. In that instant, time will start moving again, won't it? However, indifferent to my thoughts, Yuka continues from where she left off.
そしたらね、いきなりそこに見覚えのある一人の生徒が入ってきたの。
And then, all of a sudden, a certain student I recognized came in.
男の子だった。
It was a boy.
見覚えがあるって言っても話したこともなければ名前も知らなくて。
I only knew him by face. We'd never talk, and I didn't even know his name.
その日のクラス替えで教室の私の席の隣に座ってたのがその男の子だったのよ。
In the class change that day, he was the boy who sat in the seat adjacent to mine in our classroom.
美術室に入ってきた男の子はじっと黙ったまま部屋の中をうろうろと歩き回ってた。
When he entered the art room, he suddenly paced aimlessly around the room.
私と目が合ってもお互いに何も話さないままゆっくりと時間だけが過ぎていって。
Even though our eyes met, neither of us said a word, with only time slowly passing.
でもね、やがて男の子はスケッチブックを広げた私の目の前に立って一言こう言ったの。
But you know what? Before long, he looked at the sketchbook, starting upon it open in front of me, and said one thing only.
ダメだなってね。
This is no good.
私思わずムッとしちゃって気がついたらどこがダメなのよなんてきつく言い返しちゃってた。
I automatically got offended, and when I came to my senses, I had angrily retorted, What part of it is no good?
だって何もわからないくせにってその時はそう思ったんだもん。
I thought at that time that he was an idiot and didn't know anything.
あの鳩時計のことを知っているのは もちろん私だけだと思ってたし、
Of course, I thought I was the only one who knew about the cuckoo clock.
だけどその男の子は思いがけない答えを返してきたのよ。
But then, that boy countered with an unexpected answer. You're just being narrow-minded, aren't you? A bird's a bird because it can fly in the air. Because it can fly in the air, it's free. Let me have that. As soon as he said that, he took the pencil and eraser out of my hands and began to recklessly destroy the clock in the sketchbook. Dumbfounded and at a loss for words, I was captivated by the picture he was drawing. As for the finished drawing, he had drawn the pair of doves flying away towards outside the window. The wall of the outroom in the picture had a clock dangling at a messed up angle, broken and with its springs protruding from it. If you want to stop time, then it's alright to destroy time. If you want to escape from time, it's alright to flap your wings. If you stay tied down, you can't be free. If you want to be free, then you mustn't be afraid. He said that, tore the picture out of the sketchbook, then crumpled the picture he had just drawn into a ball and threw it in the garbage can. He threw it. That was all. After that, he never spoke another word and left the art room just like that. The cherry blossoms outside of the open window were in full bloom. Sometimes a cherry blossom petal would flutter and go astray, landing on top of a desk. I was so dumbstruck that I remained paralyzed in that place for a couple of hours.
それが私の恋の始まり。
That was how I fell in love. I see. I gulped down on my saliva and barely managed to say these words. For some reason, my chest is hot. A gloomy lump throbs in my stomach. If you want to be free, then you mustn't be afraid. Such a pretentious line. If it were me, I would have said something more direct. Yuka said that was when she had fallen in love. Fallen in love? And does that mean even now she's still... Say, Yuka, did it go well with that boy? Yuka hangs her head down. Seems like she's trying to search for the right words to say. Only meaningless time passes. Does Yuka plan on not answering at this rate? But...
ずっと片思いだったから。
No, because my love was unrequited. She finally answers. She then whispers in a small voice.
だけど
But
今でもその人のこと忘れられないの。
But even now, I can't forget him. My breath is instinctively taken away. My body feels shocked numb, as if I had been struck by lightning. Well then, can't you just confess to him? I say the opposite of what I'm feeling. But Yuka doesn't answer. She doesn't even show signs that she'll answer. Only a sad smile rises to her face as she absently stares at the drifting petals.
もう行こっか。
Well then, shall we go? Huh?
ごめんね、くだらない話しちゃって。
Sorry for telling you such a trivial story. Her tone's the same as always. Is she saying there's some reason for why she doesn't want to answer?
桜、綺麗だね。桜。
The cherry blossom. They're pretty, aren't they? The cherry blossoms. With those words, I finally understand. She doesn't want me to pry any further. So, yeah, you're right. I'll respectfully back off. The cherry blossom petals fall endlessly. The cherry blossom trees stretch out front and back, covered in flowers like a forest is with leaves. It's as if they might go on forever endlessly. I take a deep breath, filling my chest with the scent of the cherry blossoms hanging over and around me, which almost causes my muscles to stiffen and coil up. Well then, shall we go? Cheerfully say this, suggesting we return now, and turn around to head back. But
その人ね。
he was... Yuka faces me as I turn around, and suddenly adds this.
その人ね。とっても似てるんだ。
He was very similar.
誠に。
To you, Makoto. He was very similar. To you, Makoto. Yuka mutters this, and instead of the direction I'm trying to turn towards, she starts walking towards the tip of the cape. Wait, what are you gonna do? Don't jump. I immediately follow after Yuka, a little shocked by those unexpected words. When we leave the Cherry Blossom Road and arrive at the wide, picturesque scenery of Viewpoint Park, I can't even wring out my voice. Yuka said she can't forget her first love, even now, and that guy is similar to me. My emotions and thoughts are all scrambled in a chaotic mess. I don't even know where to begin to sort them out. How are we similar? And I keep telling myself to ask her countless times, but every time I get the opportunity, I somehow can't bring myself to do it. What was her agenda in telling me those things? It's a psyop. Right now she's blankly gazing out at the ocean, acting calmly as if nothing happened. And so for a while we remain silent and surrender ourselves to the flow of time. That voice brings me back. I don't know if something happened, but when I look towards Yuka, her posture has been destroyed as she's staggering forwards. Did she trip on the pavement? Yuka almost falls over, but she grabs the handrail in front of her, putting her whole strength into it. At that time, I hear a small sound. A bell? It's a certain high-pitched metallic sound I know I've heard before. Impossible. In the twinkling of an eye, goosebumps begin to spread over my whole body. I reflexively search for the source of the sound. The ringing sound is in the direction of Yuka's feet. I squint and stare at the ground surface. A sparkling light. The sharp light pierces both of my eyes. That's impossible. Damp, unpleasant sweat rises to my forehead. The shaking of my knees still hasn't stopped. While I'm pinned down by the pounding of my heart beating as loud as an alarm bell, I slowly crouch down. I nervously stretch out my hand. A bell. It's a bell that shines a cold silver light and feels frozen to the touch. It is a light crimson string. There's no mistaking it. It's definitely that bell. But why is it here? Why is it at Yuka's feet? Is she the bell producer? Does she own the bell shop? It's the sound of the bell I heard earlier. There's no mistaking that it was the sound of the bell striking the ground. In other words, the bell fell. From where? I don't even have to think about that, do I? Hey, Yuka.
Ne Makoto.
Hey, Makoto. This bell.
どうしたの?
What's going on? Huh? Huh? Why did you have this?
なんで誠が持ってるのよ?
Why do you have that? Our voices neatly overlap.
ねえ、どうして誠が持ってるの?
Hey, why did he have that? You're wrong, I never had this.
だって今持ってるじゃない.
But you're holding it now, right? That's because you dropped it, and I just happened to pick it up. And I just picked it up, there you go.
私が? 私を落としてなんかないよ.
Me, I didn't drop it. What's the meaning of this? It doesn't feel like our conversation is smoothly in gear. Furthermore, why does Yuka know about this bell? We wait for the other to continue this unproductive conversation. Suddenly, before we can speak, a little girl totters over to us. She seems to be about 5 or 6, well anyway, she feels like a girl who's only just started elementary school. When that little girl stands slightly in front of us, she says a mere 3 words. Give it back. Yuka and I instinctively exchange glances. Give it back. The girl sticks out her palm again and again. Give it back? Give what back? That. The girl points her sharp white index finger at my closed fist.
それってもしかしてこれのこと?
By that, do you mean this? Yuka grabs my wrist with a jerk and gives me a glare that I know is demanding me to open my fist. I calmly obey her. Obviously, in the palm is that bell. Just then, the girl suddenly snatches the bell from my palm. I wouldn't have guessed it since she's so young, but the girl is as fast as lightning. Thanks. Before she even finishes thanking us, the girl turns around and gets ready to run.
あ、ちょっと待って!
Wait a minute. Yuka springs like a bullet and cuts around in front of the girl. The girl stops. Yuka bends over until she's at eye level with the girl.
ねえ、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるんだけど、
Hey, there's something I'd like to ask you.
その鈴ってどうしたのかな？お姉ちゃんに教えてもらえる？
What happened to that bell? Would you tell me? I tied it up to that pole over there. That way, if it fell, I wouldn't lose it. So it's mine. I see, so that's how it is. The balance ring was tied to the fence, but because of Yuka, it fell to the ground. It may have been because I was thinking about other things, but I hadn't noticed the bell when it was tied there at all.
そうじゃなくて、
No, that's not what I meant. Yuka shakes her head and gives the girl a sweet smile.
どうしてその鈴を持ってるのかなって。
I mean, why do you have that bell in the first place?
誰かにもらったの？
Did someone give it to you?
それともどっかで拾ったのかな？
Or did you pick it up somewhere? Yeah, that's right. I picked it up last night.
どこで拾ったのか覚えてる？
Do you remember where you picked it up? Yeah, I do.
どこ？
Where? The moon. I picked it up on that sandy beach shaped like a crescent moon. Moon Beach? I am astonished. I even feel lightheaded and dizzy. How could this be? The bell I threw into the ocean on the night of the first washed back up on shore through the waves? Maybe if I'd thrown it farther. No, that's wrong. Maybe if I'd smashed it with a rock or something. No, that's not it. That's not it. I picked up the bell because I was fated to. It will continue to follow me everywhere until that time comes. I could feel an unbelievably overwhelming power. I suddenly feel as if it's tugging the back of my neck, trying to drag me to a faraway world. It's that kind of feeling. There's nothing I could do. I can't even scream. But while that may be true, it's impossible for me to just stand still, right? Even if it seems to be a useless struggle. Yeah, I think it's best. Oh no, don't load. Do not load. Yeah, I think it's best to edit here because I have to prepare for work now. So this is Never 7, the End of Infinity. Holy shit. If you want to try the game for yourselves, the links are in the description. What is the bell? Is the bell some kind of power from the shrine? That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. God, this is so good, man.